Hello and welcome to the 29th floor. I'm Noah Robichon here today, as usual, with Mark Wilson. Mark, we have talked a lot about Periscope and Meerkat. We love these apps. They're live streaming, right?
The future.
I agree, which is part of why it was so surprising when Mike Park, a senior manager from Twitter and Twitter Amplify, he offered some best practices for using Periscope, which I found very kind of counterintuitive, or I might just say I disagree with them outright. So the first one was have a plan ahead of time, have a rough idea of what you're going to shoot. Well, this is live video. The whole point is you're supposed to just pull it out of your pocket and shoot whatever. I mean, isn't that like antithetical to the whole point of having live streaming?
It's a little bit true. Like I could definitely see times where maybe you're setting up a conversation with someone, or you want to walk through an interesting piece of architecture or visit somewhere like that. It would be good to have a schedule. But you're right, like that breaking news, that CNN iReport feature, like that's all about the spontaneous, right? And isn't that their biggest promise?
The next thing he said was to narrate the video to engage the users. And this one I totally agree with, because I think the problem is by the time you join a Periscope or a Meerkat, any of these live feeds, basically, like you have no idea what the hell's going on at that point, and there's nothing really intrinsic to the app that gives you much of a description of what's happening.
It does bring up this weird design problem with Periscope where you join a feed that is often in the middle, and so as a narrator, do you keep saying what you're doing? And then if you keep saying what you're doing, can you ever progress what you're doing?
Yeah. The onus is on Periscope to actually do a better job of explaining what the feed is about when you come in, or maybe on the user to do it in the front, in the descriptor at the front, but they really don't give you any room to write much of a description about what you're talking about. Be mindful of the live stream's length. Okay, here's the thing.
Oh, no. You have to let me complain about this one.
All right.
1 to 3 minutes long is what they suggest. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Because I don't know, does this happen to you? You see Periscope's going on Twitter, you go to join it, and it's like, it's over.
It's over. It's done. But also, 1 to 3 minutes, this is the same thing we say about a YouTube video. Like, that's the ideal length for a YouTube video, right? And so I call BS on this whole thing. Make sure you have strong Wi-Fi connectivity before streaming. Well, duh, yes. But the whole point is that you have this damn thing in your pocket. You're supposed to be able to do it from anywhere. Like, that's their problem, not your problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they're sort of doubting their own product, right? Which is not the greatest thing to read.
I totally agree. And so I invite Mike Park to come discuss and debate this with us right here on the 29th floor, because we want to hear from Periscope and Twitter. Like why is this being put on the user, and what are you doing to fix these problems? That is my challenge. And so what do you think out there? We want to hear from you. Should Periscope be working on these things? Do you think these best practices make sense, or do you think that it goes against the nature of what makes live streaming so powerful? Let us know, #29th floor. Thanks, see you next week.